Welcome back. I took a quick break, finished my chips, and now we're here, connecting some logic. And I think the motive for murder and the partnership turned sour was easy enough. Really don't even think we should have needed to connect those two. Mr. Gustavia, you collaborated with the victim Isaac Dover to create your desserts, did you not?
Oh, it seems you know about my secret.
Mr. Shields told me about it. Mr. Dover handled the design while you were in charge of the taste. Is that correct?
Back then, my training had been insufficient.
It seems you were together until the semi-finals, but not during the finals. Why is that?
We both wished to compete in the finals against Sir Master on our own merits.
Objection!
You must have also helped with Isaac Dover's dessert even during the finals.
What makes you able to declare something like that?
Didn't you tell Prosecutor Von Karma about it yourself 18 years ago? That you cooperated until the day before the final?
The sculpture in Mr. Dover's room were all made out of sherbet. Such an amount would most likely need to be left overnight to freeze. Which means Mr. Gustavia prepared Mr. Dover's sherbet in advance the day before.
That's right. So you realize Gustavia's cooperation ended the day before the finals. No.
Then why did Mr. Dover not help Mr. Gustavia in return?
Objection! The views of the dead are of no concern to me.
Why did Isaac Dover not help you in return? If there is a reason why your partnership with Isaac Dover broke down, that would be a motive for murder.
That could be a possibility. However, Sir Dover and I ended our partnership peacefully.
A peaceful breakup? That's hard to imagine.
Not to mention, it's absurd to think that I killed Sir Dover in Sir Master's room. I couldn't have killed Sir Dover while Sir Master was also there, making his desserts. In other words, there is no way I could have committed the murder.
That's not true. If there was a moment when Mr. Master was absent from the room, I could prove that it was possible for Mr. Gustavia to commit the murder.
Oh, didn't they have a luncheon?
They had like a tea break or some shit. Remaining film. Someone use it. Gustavia could not have been murdered while Master was in the room. Angels, recipe is gold. Somehow these three need to be connected, and I don't really see a clear connection between any two of them. Could not have murdered while Master was in the room. The amount of film the camera decreased did someone use it. Was Gustavia's goal to view the angel recipe? Maybe these two? Wow, that surprises me. If he had photographed the contents of the angel's recipe, he wouldn't need to steal it. Perhaps Mr. Gustavia used Mr. Master's camera to take the pictures.
If he'd stolen the actual recipe book, the police would have found out.
I see, pictures, eh? The problem with the time at which he entered Mr. Master's room, Mr. Gustavia could have moved around freely during the afternoon tea, right? Yes, something I should have come to the conclusion of in-game, but no, thanks for remembering it for me. Oh, well, okay, there we go. Good enough. Because it seems both him and Mr. Dover did not participate in the afternoon tea. If I remember correctly, the only time we can prove that Dover was still alive is...
The victim was not seen as he stayed locked in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Master.
When Master's desserts... Was Master's desserts all that you ate?
Actually, no. After the afternoon tea, I also ate Icy's desserts.
After the contest began, Isaac Dover was locked up in his room. If we assume he was killed at some point before Delicia snuck into his room, then there was a high chance he was killed before the afternoon tea was over. My god! Isaac Dover was alive and up in the afternoon tea began. Up until the afternoon tea began. There you go, that is the only time when Gustavia could have killed Dover.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you satisfied?
Sorry, but I'm far from satisfied. Because I am finally starting to see the truth behind this case.
Are you saying you have found some evidence to show us the truth?
No, there is no need to present any evidence. Since we can just have Mr. Gustavia tell us the truth.
Ah, so this is where you use that, right?
Indeed.
That came out weird.
Indeed. Mr. Gustavia, tell me one more thing. There is one more thing I want you to tell me. I said, Mr. Gustavia, there is one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the finals of the contest, you made your own dessert.
I wanted to compete for the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef on my own merits.
If that was truly the case, you would have competed on your own merits from the start. I want you to tell me why it was necessary for you to cooperate with Isaac Dover. During the contest 18 years ago, Mr. Gustavia collaborated with Mr. Dover. I wonder, what made them decide to cooperate in the first place? And that's what I need to draw out from him, but...
Damn, son.
It seems he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. First I'll ask him about why he collaborated with Mr. Dover. The truth has been hidden for 18 years. That ends today.
Logic chess. Begin.
Why did you decide to collaborate with Isaac Dover?
Sir Dover and I were already acquaintances, even before the contest began. Since he was interested in the contest, we simply decided to enter it together.
Joining forces with a sculptor, you weren't confident in your own abilities.
You know nothing about me. We wanted to make great works together.
Couldn't make them on your own.
I will reveal our lies for what they were.
Is that all? You bore me with your empty threats.
Why didn't you say you couldn't make them on your own?
Guff! I need to be careful not to make careless statements.
I was pressing further. I'm gonna save state right here real quick. Because I don't want to have to do all of this again. Save stating right here. Yeah, last time I saved was November 24th. Let that sink in.
I must read my opponent's reactions and emotions in the right words.
Okay. Let's get through this again. Wait and see.
So Dover's son and my own attended the same elementary school. We all got along well from the start.
Really? So you were going to share the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef together?
Wake up! Is that all I need to do? Just yell at him?
As expected, he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. Mr. Dover was a sculptor. I doubt he had any interest in the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef. In this case, where did his true goal lie?
Indeed, my goal was the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef. However, Sir Dover's goal was the grand prize, the Angel's Recipe.
I see. You cooperated because your interests were aligned. But there must have been a reason why your partnership soured.
Sir Prosecutor, I am the victim of a poisoning. If you're going to suspect me in this manner, perhaps I'd better return to the infirmary.
Well, wait a moment.
In that case, you should end things soon. I am not a patient man.
It seems he's trying to leave. I can't let that happen. He's still hiding something. Next I shall ask him...
Why are you saying this out loud?
Shut up. I shall ask him about his true goal.
Yes. Okay.
I need to keep the pressure on him while being cautious of the time.
Time is falling much quicker.
Why didn't you have another goal besides the title? Didn't you have another goal? The title alone doesn't seem to have very much valuable.
Move! How dare the likes of you insult the title of a confectionery artist? My only goal was the title itself. I had no interest in anything else. My dream was to become the world's greatest pastry chef. 18 years ago, I was lacking in design sense. However, things are different now.
Oh, are you saying you have improved at your craft?
Exactly! For I have trained in the Republic of Zhengfa.
Oh, what's that? You left the country? Probably for a period of time. How interesting.
Let's see.
Yes. At the time, I also studied Mr. Master's works. I would often watch his show with my son.
So you were studying Mr. Master's works to improve your own skills. If you had recipes, perhaps it would have been easier for you to become the world's greatest.
Perhaps. To be a pastry chef, Sir Master's recipes are worth their weight in gold. Which, because they're just ink on a paper, isn't very much, but still, you get the idea.
If becoming the world's greatest pastry chef was your goal, you should have also been interested in the grand prize, the Angel's recipe.
The recipe of the world's greatest pastry chef. I would be lying if I said I wasn't interested. However, I wouldn't think that simply being interested would be a problem.
I wonder about that. The Angel's recipe's true nature was not for making desserts, but cures. And all of the contest participants should have been aware of that. Should they? Looks like I'm getting close. He isn't meditating anymore. Now to slowly but surely drive him into a corner. Nice. Next I'll ask what he planned to use the recipe book for. Did you intend to make desserts with it? Did you intend to win the Angel's recipe and use it to make desserts?
Of course, if I attained the Angel's recipe, I was going to use it in my trading.
I hear the Angel's recipe is worth a lot of money.
I don't know the exact details, but that recipe book was much too valuable to be sold.
So it's priceless. Hey.
You seem to know quite a lot about the Angel's recipe.
It was explained to the contest participants at the beginning of the contest.
In that case, you must know about the recipe book's true nature. That it was not a recipe book for desserts at all.
Impressive, Sir Prosecutor. So you know the true nature of the Angel's recipe. The Angel's recipe, some have called it the ultimate recipe book. It contains formulas for new medicines that were not yet on the market.
He knew the recipes were actually formulas for new medicines. And this could be a useful clue.
Ah, shit. That's the same thing. Thank you, Edgeworth. Didn't have to repeat that.
The Angel's recipe, did you know its true value?
Silly question. It contains the master's best dessert recipes. Any pastry chef worth their salt would want it.
Looks like that clue will come in handy. You may have studied design in Zhengfa. However, your skills in lying could use more work. You just said earlier, literally seconds ago, that the Angel's recipe contained formulas for medicines.
I almost said Mercedes.
You weren't interested in desserts, you wanted the medicine formulas.
Did you need new medicine? I doubt he wanted to become a pharmacist. Maybe he needed it for his son.
Now, why would a pastry chef such as yourself be so interested in medicine? Perhaps what you were really after was the information about the new medicine.
No! I've underestimated you, Sir Prosecutor. Yes. My goal was more than just the title of world's greatest pastry chef. At the time, my son was ill. I needed the recipe for the medicine.
Your son was ill? Tell me more about that.
To protect my son's honor, I can say no more.
Judging by the worried look on his face, I must have struck a nerve. Next, I need him to tell me more about his son's illness. This is it. This will be my final move of the game, even though there's 2 more cases.
What was your son like?
What kind of person was your son?
Ah, my boy. He loved the dessert I made.
Did you enter the contest solely for your son?
Sir Prosecutor, you could never understand the feelings a father has for his son.
Well, I mean, you would if you were a father.
I wanted nothing more than to cure my boy's illness.
I don't doubt that. That would be a douche thing to say.
Until the semi-finals, my son would always drop by the contest venue to play.
Is that so?
Wouldn't he? Thanks, Mar. The Borderlands PS DLC? What's the PS DLC? Hammerlock Pirate Sands? Is that what that is? It's Captain Scarlet. No. What the hell's the PS? Oh, pre-sequel DLC. Okay, sure, I can do that. About 1 hour. Alright, well, that'll mean I can't record for much longer.
When do you get in your way? I doubt you had time to care for your son while you were challenging Mr. Master.
That may be so, but I wanted to grant my son's wish. He said he always wanted to be the first to eat my desserts.
Your son sounds pretty healthy to me. My condition may be worsening. I should get back to the infirmary. Alright. I should have tried that. I realized he was looking worried there. Oh, man. Yes, talking about his boy. Wait and see. Son sounds pretty healthy to me.
About your son, if he was so sick, wouldn't it be difficult for him to come and play with you?
My son's illness, it wasn't life-threatening.
That might serve as a clue.
What was the name? Cure.
Did the Angel's recipe have the only cure?
Yes, though the medicine is being sold everywhere now. At the time, the recipe book was my one and only option. That's why I continued making my desserts without joining the others for tea time.
So you weren't interested in what Mr. Masters was making? You sure seem confident in your chances of winning.
I couldn't be bothered to pay attention to the other contestants' desserts.
You had interest in Master's works.
You just said earlier that you studied Mr. Master's works. In addition, if your goal was to win the contest in order to get the medicine for the formula, you must have been curious about the other contestants' entries as well.
There was a time to sample the other desserts during the contest, but none of the entries had any flavor. So I didn't want to eat any of it. I suspect I may have been a bit nervous as well.
So everything he ate tasted flavorless.
This could be a useful clue. Hey, now. Does everyone have this damn disease?
What was the name of your son's illness?
Sir Prosecutor, how insensitive of you. My son was seriously ill. I do not need to discuss this with the likes of you.
Looks like that clue will come in handy. But the illness wasn't life-threatening. You told me your son's illness was not life-threatening. Is it really the need to be so secretive about it?
Well, I mean, depends what it is. If it's dick cancer, it might not be life-threatening, but I wouldn't want people telling everyone I have non-lethal dick cancer. Anyways,
It was enough to keep him from living a normal life.
That must have been difficult for your son.
yeah, exactly. It was a personal disease.
I tried everything I could to cure his illness. It wasn't fair for the poor boy. He could never taste the desserts he loved so much.
Yeah, so he couldn't taste salt. Was it a taste disorder? Was he too fat?
The Angel's recipe contains a cure for a certain illness. A remedy that could also cure Mr. Master's taste disorder.
What? He had it too?
He had it too. I see. So your son suffers from a taste disorder.
Ugh, I didn't think you'd figure it out so quickly.
In order to cure your son's taste disorder, you needed the recipe book. Wasn't that your true goal?
It is as you say.
Based on how he acted up until now, it appears he is still hiding something. Looks like that clue will come in handy.
Didn't you also have the illness?
Being unable to taste anything, regardless of what you ate, such a bitter illness. That reminds me, didn't you say something similar earlier? None of their entries had any flavor, so I didn't feel like eating any of it, was it? Perhaps your son wasn't the only one who suffered from a taste disorder.
There's a lot of pastry chefs with taste disorders in this game. That seems like it would hinder that profession.
It's hard to imagine being a successful pastry chef without a sense of taste.
It's like that Bender and he can't smell. Oh no, Bender can't taste. He can't smell either, but he can't taste.
Perhaps what you really wanted was to kill yourself?
That's completely ludicrous. 18 years ago, I made those desserts all by myself.
No, you didn't. Didn't you collaborate with Dover? Yeah, wait a minute.
It seems you've caught yourself in a contradiction. Didn't you cooperate with Isaac Dover in the contest? You can hardly say you made the desserts all by yourself. No! You must take great pride in your ability as a pastry chef. But to betray your pride and cooperate with another contestant? You did it all to cure your own disease.
I don't think... He still might have wanted to cure his son.
Well done, Sir Prosecutor. It is as you say. The one with the taste disorder is not my son.
Oh, well then.
It is I. No one knew. I've kept it a secret for 18 years.
It doesn't matter how long a secret is kept. If you lie before me, I will expose it. Dame Gustavia and Isaac Dover were both trying to obtain recipes for new medicine. Gustavia to cure his condition, and Dover most likely to sell the recipe book for money. For this reason, they entered the contest as a collaborative effort. And with that... checkmate.
Nice. Object chest completed. That took like the whole episode. And I do mean it took the whole episode. We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Tokenlad. Talk to you later. Shooting your show. See you around Asklands.